traveling with my family in my trusty overland vehicle, and we are gonna explore the island of Sardinia. So we are in Cagliari, the capital of Sardinia, which it has been in the Roman area. And we're gonna see We are in Cagliari, the capital of Sardinia, which it has been in the Roman area. And we're gonna see the old town, or the castello, and the main gate to that area we find behind here. It's called Bastion di Remy. So let's go up. The gate, or Bastion di Remy, is not that old. It's a little bit more than 100 years old, made of limestone. That's why it's so white and shiny. Once you get up here, you have a magnificent view over Cagliari. You can see the lagoons and the whole city area and the bay of Cagliari. The streets here in the old town, or castello, is a medieval feeling. They're narrow as they used to be, but of course the facades and the buildings are not from the Middle Ages. They are newer, but they give this good feeling, though it's a little bit desolated. Not too much people, not too much happening here. We're getting to a small piazza, and in the background here you can see the cathedral. The cathedral has been built in I think it was the 13th century, but the facade we see now, it's much newer date. It was built in the 1930s. It has a Pisan Romanesque style, of course, neo. If you go further back, Sardinia was very much influenced by the Pisan architecture. I'm going to show you a small interesting details when it comes to the Sardinian flag, because you can see the four heads. Earlier those four heads were blindfolded, and they represented the Moors, because Sardinia was controlled by Spain for about 400 years, and as we all know, the Iberian Peninsula was controlled by the Moors when they finally were evicted during the 15th century. So the Spanish used that kind of flag, and now, of course, being more politically correct, they change it to just a headband. In front of me now we have a cool tower. It's called the Elephant Tower, and I'll show you later why. But the cool thing is that it's open on the back side, so it has like 3 walls, and then the inner side is open. That's a typical architecture of Pisa. You can still see the old gate, the spike gate, and you also have one gate inside. And then up there you can see why it's called Torre del Elefante. It's morning in Cagliari. We're gonna see the Roman Amphitheatre. I always like to see those Roman archaeological sites. Don't know why, but finds it fascinating. So we have the Amphitheatre here, and it looks like it's closed. That's a shame. But it's fascinating. It's very steep. The cavea has very steep sides, and you can see that this was used for gladiator fights. You can see the high walls from the arena and up to the seats, You can see the tunnels where the animals and the gladiator, etc. came out. I like it's kind of crudo, so it's a real ruin right now, but it's a shame we cannot get in. It was built around the 2nd century AD and took maybe 10,000 people. Now the cool thing with this amphitheatre, you can see quite clearly it's cut out of the bedrock. They haven't built anything, they just cut it out, all the seats. So I'm just outside Cagliari, and this is actually one of the better spots to observe the flamingo, the greater flamingo. And it's called Parco Naturale Regionale de Monetargus Salina. And it's because outside Cagliari you have a lot of lagoons or salinas, so it's like salt pans, and the flamingos found out that this is a great place to stay. So I know it's not the best time to do bird watching. It's the middle of the day, it's extremely hot, so do the flamingos things, but traveling with my family, you have to adapt. The reed is very dense here, so it's a little bit difficult to see the flamingos. The flamingos is a cool bird because it's one of the few birds that silt their food. I mean, they're silt feeders, so they separate the silt, the mud from the food. Also seen some black-winged stilt, egret heron, silk heron. So there's a lot of other different kind of birds here as well, of course. But it is warm. I'm gonna have a look a bit on the other side. How they're moving their feet, tramping in the silt, so that they easier can catch their food. So I managed to get some nice shots of the flamingo. That was good, even though that was quite near the highway. Maybe that's why it was a little bit easier. So, a great day.